Broadcasting live from the East Campus Stadium on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, where this afternoon, it's actually this morning currently, but this afternoon the RPI Engineers will be taking on the Alfred Saxons. My name is Kurt Studd. I'm here with Bob Conroy. We're going to bring you all the action live today on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Engineers coming in off a victory last weekend against Norwich, picking up a win up in Northfield, Vermont in a rainy and kind of miserable day, but ended up on the right side of a 29-9 score. Coming into today's home opener with that 1-0 record up against an Alfred team. It was a tough win last year for RPI against Alfred out in Alfred, New York, but the Engineers able to pull it off thanks to Franks' enormous leg that was able to kick a number of long-range field goals to pick up the win for RPI. Before we get to today's action, we'd like to listen to an interview my comrade Bob Conroy did with RPI Engineer head coach Ralph Izernia. He did that before the game today, so let's give that a listen right now.
What did you think about last weekend on both sides of the ball?
Well, going into the game, we were kind of hopeful that we knew what our team was all about and how we were going to play. We got through a really good 3 weeks of training camp, but you don't know until you play that first game, until you kick off, until you really know what kind of personality a team has and really what their strengths are going to be from one season to the next. But it was nice to get a win on the road in a challenging atmosphere. Not only weather, but the Corps cadets. That was something kind of special too on the road, and it was a good team win because you saw contributions on all three phases.
Tell me a little bit about what we did on offense last week.
Well, what we wanted to do is, and this is from recruiting and this is from developing guys the last couple of years, is to run a lot of guys in and out of the lineups. Keep guys fresh throughout not only the course of the game, but the course of a 10-game season. So, we always talk about, 4 factors to winning football teams. One is controlling the line of scrimmage. That's on the offensive, defensive side of the ball. So, being able to run the football, stop the run on defense, pressure the passer on defense, and be able to have our guys stand in the pocket. So, the first thing is controlling the line of scrimmage. The second thing is limiting turnovers, getting turnovers on defense, limiting penalties. And then the fourth thing, and this is one that kind of goes unnoticed at times, it's staying healthy throughout a 4-game schedule, a 10-game schedule. But what we wanted to do is to play a lot of guys, and we think that we're pretty talented at some of the skill positions. So it pays for us to get those guys in the game, get them either carrying the football, catching the football, blocking on the edge, all those things. So staying healthy is a huge thing, and we think we can do that by playing young guys, which is not always easy to do because you have freshmen coming in to a brand new system, brand new atmosphere, brand new environment. They've got to go to class every single day, and they have to study hard. And then also, by the way, learn a new system on offense and defense. So there are huge challenges there, but we think that if we can kind of limit some of the package that they need to know, they can get out there and do some good things for us.
The running game. Tell me a little bit about what you did.
Well, as you alluded to at the beginning, with a driving rainstorm the entire game, we still wanted to throw the football, and we threw it. I think it was about 24, 25 times. We ran the ball over 50 times as well. So, what we wanted to do is when we got a lead, we wanted to control the clock a little bit more and run the football. That was one of the things that we thought we could do. So, running back by committee, I guess that's what you call it. And we had Austin Amory, we had Matt Lane, Nick Schlotz was carrying the load for us a lot. We had Drummond. Adley, we had a bunch of guys in there, and then Reggie Colas was our all-everything guy, and we threw the ball to him, ran him a little bit, and he was also special on special teams.
Were you happy with Avery last week?
For the most part, and Jeff and I talked about this, for the most part, we were, I was pleased with his performance. There are some things that he has to learn, and I think after watching film, he needs to learn that he doesn't have to do everything all by himself. He's got a great cast around him. and we talked to him about trying to be more of a point guard than a shooting guard. So using a basketball analogy, he needs to distribute the ball around, get the ball to his playmakers. When he needs to take his shot, he needs to take his shot, but really be a distributor and run the show out there. And from a game management standpoint, I thought he did a really good job of managing the game. He just needs to feel a lot more comfortable that other guys can make plays as well.
Alfred, but just talk a little bit about them in general, I guess.
Well, I've got to talk to Jim Knowlton because this is the second consecutive playoff team that we're playing against 2 out of the 4 playoff teams from a year ago. So we got to talk about scheduling. But all joking aside, Alfred is a very good football team. They are big, they're fast, they are physical, they're athletic. When you put a team together, this is kind of the mold that you want to look at. These guys, they run fast on defense. They're built on speed on defense. Offensively, they've got a quarterback who can make a lot of plays in and out of the pocket. He extends plays, looks downfield. He can run and pass, and it's going to be a huge challenge. Alfred's Empire 8 team, which is a very good conference in Division 3. They recruit all of New York State. They brought in, I believe, 80 freshmen this past year, which is about double of what we bring in here at Rensselaer. So it's there are challenges. There's certainly challenges, and I know they've got a new head coach. He's been there for a while, but they've done a great job, recruiting and keeping the program going. So Alfred's an 8-3 football team from a year ago, Bob. All right, so they're a very good football team. They're not a team that anyone overlooks by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to have to play our best in order to win.
We've got 2 great teams on the field, so it should be fun. So best of luck.
Thank you.
And now we're going to the national anthem. Before we get started with today's action, we would like to remind you this is WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. Kirk's up, Bob Conway on the call for you today. We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of Engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org, and you can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something out over the ether of the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. Engineers won the coin toss before the national anthem. They deferred their selection. That will be Alfred then getting the ball to start out today's game. It'll be RPI left to right, Alfred right to left across your radio dial. It is overcast. Oh, well, it's actually raining here in Troy. So, goes with the overcast. Rain is coming down. Second game in a row that RPI will be playing at least part of the game, if not all the game today, in the rain. It's about, maybe low 60s here in Troy. Not a particularly wonderful football day for weather, and the crowd right now not very big here at East Campus Stadium.
A little better than last week, though, so far.
Weather-wise, yes, weather-wise, not crowd-wise. Franks boots the ball away. Alfred will get it, and it's taken about 3 yards deep in the end zone, and the Saxons will just take a knee, and they'll take the ball at the 25-yard line. That was Casey Bright on the return, well, lack of return, I should say, as he opted not to run it out of the end zone.
Alfred last week ran up a lot of yardage, 439 yards on offense, 297 for passes.
Saxons come out, led by their quarterback, Tyler Johnson. He'll be out of the shotgun. He's got two backs in the backfield, one to his immediate right, one behind him. Single wideouts on each side. And it's a fake handoff. Johnson keeps it himself, runs up into the middle, and he's only going to pick up 1 yard.
Yeah, Johnson was a pretty good quarterback as a freshman last year. And he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, so talented young man, only a sophomore.
Holmesman on the tackle for RPI. Let's say a gain of 1 for the Saxons. 2nd and 9 at their own 26 as we're, again, just past noon, and it's WRPI Troy you are listening to. Johnson looks over to the sidelines. 2 wideouts on the left, 1 on the right. Oops, switch that. 1 on the left, 2 on the right. Getting left and right mixed up. Johnson will hand off. The man in the backfield, McFadden, running across from the wideout position. Gets free on the far side, turns the corner. Tackled as he gets into RPI territory. Either tackled or he hit out of bounds. I'm not sure which happened first, but he's stopped at the RPI 48.
Borkowski got him. Otherwise, he would have broken. He was the last guy there. You see, he's a very speedy back.
Tyler Johnson, the quarterback, tailback, Casey Bright, fullback, Joe Ryan, Brendan Bush, and Rodney Etienne are the wide receivers for Alfred. 1st and 10 for the Saxons at the RPI 48. No score here, just starting first quarter. Low snap, picked up by Johnson. Pass, that's complete to about the 42. Immediately tackling the receiver was Ryan Buss. The reception was by Bobby Brodus.
Yeah, Buss had an interception last week. The big gainer on that first play was Willie McFadden. He's a 5'9", 190-pound freshman from Amityville, New York.
Known as the location of the Amityville Horror. Pickup of 6 on first down, 2nd and 4. Johnson, play action, looks downfield. Does he find somebody? No, it was in the hands of Etienne at around the 15-yard line. He couldn't hold on to it. He was hit immediately on the play by Borkowski, and that had a lot to do with the fact that Etienne couldn't catch that pass.
Yeah, Borkowski's probably the Engineers' best defender in the secondary, but that was well thrown. You can see this team has a pretty good passing attack just from what we see early.
Right, but also well defensed.
Yes.
Yeah, Borkowski, once the ball hit his hands, Borkowski was on him almost immediately, and that prevented a completion. 3rd and 4 for the Saxons at the 42-yard line. Johnson out of the shotgun, 1 back, 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Gets the snap, looks along the sidelines, and is that caught? Yes, that's caught for a first down. Bush pulls it in at the 28. I didn't know if he was going to be able to catch that and not fall backwards. He does get a foot in, and that's going to be another first down for Alfred.
I don't think Buss ever turned around on that play. I think he was totally facing the defender the whole time. His back to the quarterback.
1st and 10 Alfred at the RPI 28. No score, 12:50 to go here. First quarter in a rainy day here in Troy. Playing on the artificial turf again, which pretty much everybody does. So we won't see a lot of mud, or any mud. First down, Johnson throws. That's complete to the 25. Forced forward and to the 19. Close to a first down. A Bush reception there. And Alfred's moving the ball very well to start out today's game.
They are. Number 26, Brad Gahagan on the tackle for the Engineers.
Game 9, 2nd and 1 at the Rensselaer 19-yard line.
Kevin Lamarck, Sonny Caruso, Sean Murphy, Dalton Masca, and Nicholas Charlock are the line up front for Alfred, and the tight end Isaiah Young. That's the starting lineup for Alfred. Got them all in at this point. 2nd and 1, gain of 9 on that completion. Johnson out of the shotgun. In the backfield with him is Casey Bright. 3 wideouts. Johnson takes it himself, and he's got the first down as he had plenty of room to make it through the line. Picked up about 2.5, and it's another first down, Alfred.
Colby Tragney on the stop with a couple of other Engineers, but Tragney was there first.
Gain of 2, and a first down for Alfred at the RPI.
Colby, the middle linebacker for the Engineers.
11:40 to go here. First quarter, no score. RPI versus Alfred. Bright moving a towel out of the way as Johnson stays in the shotgun. Ball's on the left hash. We'll have 2 wideouts on the left side, including Bush. who's done the most damage in terms of receiving on this opening drive. Johnson fakes a handoff, immediately under pressure, gets away from it, rolls out, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown by Bush.
Yeah, the coverage was there, but they run some really. They had two guys in that area in the same zone, both of which were open. The defenders were near them, but not close enough. The ball was really well thrown, tough to defend. Over the shoulder of the Alfred receiver.
That was Bush. Monk on to try the extra point. That's up and good. 11-17 to go here in the first quarter, and Alfred leads 7-0.
And Brendan Bush caught 5 passes last week for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he's picking up where he left off. Engineers not very effective so far against the pass. They did have, as Kurt said, they did have a couple of good plays on defense, but they had 2 or 3 receptions that were well routed, well run, and this quarterback can pass. But the Engineers were down
3-0.
first score, 3-0 last week, so we'll see what happens here. We should have Gadar and Reggie Colas back.
Monk's kick is not very good. RPI by default is going to get pretty much good field position. Colas to the 25, 30, 35 along the sidelines, knocked out of bounds. That was a nice tackle. Wingate, Shyheim Wingate, got his body in there and forced Colas out of bounds at the RPI 42. So good field position for the Engineers, trailing by 7 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Reggie's a real threat for the Engineers this year as a receiver, as a slot back, as a wideout, and a kick returner. So very dependent on him.
Jeff Avery quarterbacks RPI. They'll come out first and 10 with a 3 wide out formation. Avery looks to his right, pass complete to Colas, and he is pulled out at the 49, and there'll be a personal foul after that.
Number
Colas,
30, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kurt.
Colas had stepped out, and then Davis Turner came in and knocked him, and that's going to be a personal foul, 15 yards tacked onto that.
Yeah, I was going to say Turner is a senior linebacker, 6'3", from South Glens Falls, New York. Big penalty here. 15-yarder.
That's Rich Chiampa, the referee for today's game, making the signal. What happened was, Colas had stepped out. The first defender had grabbed him, forced him to step out of bounds, and at that point, the play was basically dead, and then Turner came in and just hit Colas right along the sidelines. Yes, he was close to the sidelines, but clearly the play was over with. First and 10, Engineers at the 34, batted away. Pass by Avery was batted away. Bacon got a hand on that and knocked it down.
Number 75, Scott Davis was back there with Avery, but the ball was swatted away.
Second and 10 at the 36. Engineers trail 7-0 here in the first quarter. RPI looked like they were about to snap the ball. Now they'll look.
Back deep for the Engineers, number 1, Reggie Colas.
Tyler Johnson was 6 for 12 for 56 yards.
Not a good kick by Monk on the kickoff. Taken at the 20-yard line. Colas, 25, into the middle of the field. 30, tries to turn the corner along the right sideline. 45, he's pushed out at the 47.
Nice run again by Reggie. Nice job by the special teams lineman.
Perkins forced him out at the 47. Engineers have been starting out with very good field position today.
Avery was 2 for 10 in the first quarter.
RPI's possessions today: field goal, touchdown, touchdown.
No. Let me correct that on Avery.
Avery hands off on first down. This will be a first down by Schlatt. One of the few times he doesn't go up the middle. Runs off to the left side of the line, and he's to the Alfred 39 and a first down.
Nice run by Schlatt. He was tackled by Lucas Chavez, defensive back from Chino Hills, California.
14 to go, first half. Engineers trail by 4. Quick pass towards the sideline. That's complete. Giacconi has it at the Alfred 34, +5 for RPI.
Yeah, Avery was 4 for 7 in the first quarter for 54 yards and 2 TDs, a long of 36. Receiving Colas, 46 yards on 3 catches.
2nd and 5. Avery hands off, and that'll be another first down for the Engineers. Shane Drummond takes it, just gets a little bit beyond the first down marker, and RPI moves the chains.
Number 21, once again, Michael Berardi, first guy there for the Saxons. And number 33, Davis Turner, was with him.
RPI 1st and 10 at the Alfred 28, 13-10 to go here, first half. 21-17, Alfred leads. Schlatt's, nope, that's not Schlatt's. That was kept by Avery, and he's pulled down by the jersey, and RPI is going to lose 3. Zach Bacon grabbed Avery behind the line of scrimmage and takes him down for a loss.
Yeah, I just think that we go to Avery too often with that run. And it's less effective than more effective most of the time.
Avery out of the shotgun, throws over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted. Looks like Schlatt was the intended receiver. It tipped off his hands, and the defender couldn't get there before it hit the ground.
Schlatt was wide open, and the ball was thrown high.
It went off his hands, and before the defender could get there, it hit the ground. RPI gets a little bit of a break there. Had the defender been one step closer, that would have been an INT. 3rd and 13 for RPI at the Alfred 31. Engineers trail by 4. Avery looks downfield, gets away from some pressure, runs with the ball, but now he's stopped well short of a first down. He got back to the original line of scrimmage for this series of downs, and it'll be 4th down RPI at the Alfred 28. This will be a 45-yard field goal attempt by Franks. He is coming out onto the field.
Yep, he's out there.
For the Engineers, Andrew Franks into a field goal.
We watched him trying to kick a 65-yarder before the game. He fell a little short on that.
It's on the left hash mark for Franks. It's a 45-yard attempt. Snap, spot, kick is up, and that's going to miss. Misses to the left, no good. Score remains Alfred 21, RPI 17. We have an injured RPI player on the field as well.
He's down. We can't see his number. He's surrounded by a couple of trainers. Coach Iserny is out talking to 3 referees. 3 officials, I'm sorry.
I think he may be talking about the play where he was injured. I think that's what the discussion is, because the referee, he might be saying it was an illegal move or something, but the referee was, one of the officials was indicating exactly what happened.
Is that Berryhill? Or Jay Ishkanich? 73 or 72.
I thought it was 73.
That's
which is
Ishkanich.
Ishkanich.
And he's all league. If he's hurt, that's a big loss. But last week the Engineers played probably 11 down linemen.
Alfred takes over at the 28. That was the line of scrimmage. First down throw was intended, and intended is using it in its broadest term for Etienne, but it was well underthrown, and only RPI defenders were near that pass.
Yeah, that was way short. Etienne ran a good route, though.
Second and 10 for the Saxons at 28. Not like the NFL where the After a missed field goal, the ball goes to the spot of the kick. In college, it still stays at the line of scrimmage if it's the 20 or beyond. Johnson out of the shotgun, second down, pass, that's complete. Young is out of bounds at the 34. It's about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Saxons.
Mark Grimes, one of the first ones there along with Buss. I think Pilla's another one.
Alfred moving some players around, 15 seconds to go on the play clock. Saxons lead by 4.
You watch the speed on these receivers.
4 wideouts in the end. Oops, Johnson's under a lot of pressure, still under pressure, rolling back, he's at the 10, now puts the ball up towards the sidelines, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Young on the sidelines, there's a flag near where Young was. He was, let's call him the intended receiver on that play.
I think there was offensive interference on the receiver.
Young was complaining about something, and the flag is where Young was, near where the ball was. This may go against Alfred because the referee is over talking to the RPI side. Nope, Ineligible receiver downfield against Alfred. That penalty is declined. It will be 4th and 4 for Alfred at their own 38 as RPI declines the penalty.
Okay.
14, Ryan McDonald into punt.
Gadar back there with is by himself.
McDonald to kick for Alfred. He's got to do better than last time, which was a -1. This one does better. Gadar takes it, and he signaled fair catch, so RPI has it in between the 38-39 on their side. 10:49 to go here, first half. Alfred leads 21-17.
And there's 10 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half. You're listening to Rensselaer football on 95.5.
91.5.
90. You got me all confused.
I'm not confusing you at all.
91.5 WRPI Troy.
They'll call it the 39. We're not 95. First and 10, RPI at the 39. Their own 39. Down by 4. Avery fakes a handoff. Now he's going to put the ball up in the air. Throw incomplete. Hogan got a hand on it as he was diving near the 30, but he couldn't grab it.
Yeah, nice route by Hogan and good coverage.
Second down and 10.
He just missed it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold it.
Second and 10 for RPI at the 39. It's run straight up the middle this time, and that's not going to get much. I think that was Drummond on the carry. RPI keeps moving these guys in and out. Yep, Shane Drummond on the carry for RPI picks up 2, makes it 3rd and 8.
Tackled by 96, Andy Miller. Gain of 2, 3rd and
Angie is
8.
quickly to the line with a 4 wideout formation. Then they go over to the sidelines to take a look. Now they're set again. Single back. One of the wideouts goes to the backfield. Avery pitches to that wideout. 45 and close to a first down. Lane was the one who was in the slot. Moved back behind the line of scrimmage. Took the pitch. And that is a first down for RPI at the 49.
Michael Berardi once again on the tackle. That was a nice timed pitch. And he just made the first down.
First and 10 for the Engineers.
We've had Amory back there today, Lane. Schlatt's has been back there. Drummond's back there.
First down play. Drummond takes the carry, bounces off a couple of linemen to the 40. He's got a first down before Alfred's able to push him out at the 37.
Wasn't that Reggie?
No, you're right. It is Colas. Yes, you're right. My bad. You see, we correct each other. That's the way this works.
But folks, we don't do it to embarrass the other person.
Maybe you don't. Ball
No,
in the
I
36.
don't.
First and 10, RPI, down by 4 here in the first half.
Maybe you don't.
First down carry by Schlatt. Left side gets him 3.
You think I'd be used to this after 5 years with this
You'd
guy.
think so.
Second down and
Still raining here in Troy, 9 to go in the first half. A slow-moving first half.
But not a dull ball game.
That is correct.
Not at all.
Schlatt's in the backfield for Avery. There's 2 wideouts on the far side. Colas drops behind the line of scrimmage. Avery keeps it himself, puts the head down inside the 30, gets to the 28. It'll be 3rd and short.
This is an important drive. You know, every time RPI has fallen behind,
tackled by 33.
they've come back.
3rd and 2 for the Engineers.
3rd down and 2. Single wideouts each side, men in the slot each side, and Schlatt's in the backfield for RPI. Schlatt takes the carry, goes straight ahead. His forward progress had him near the 26, which is where they had to get for the first down. He might be a little bit short.
23, Wingate.
I think they're signaling 4th down now.
Yeah. Well, that spot's got to be better. Okay, that's more like it.
I don't think he got the 26, though. That's where he had to go. Well, you know what? He got the 26, and it's first down. Referee comes in, eyeballs it, signals first down.
That's an important one for momentum's sake. 7:34 to go in the half. Alfred leads at 21-17.
Ball in the 36 for the Engineers, 1st and 10 on the Alfred side of the field.
21-17 in a seesaw back and forth ball game.
Let's call this a 3 wideout formation. Colas is in the slot. Now he'll move into the backfield. Avery fakes the handoff, pitches to Colas, loses the ball, and they're going to rule forward pass on that. I think that's the right call. I think the ball was moving a little bit forward, and it's a forward pass, and it's incomplete. Alfred's not happy, but I think the referee got this one. The officials got this right. Let's check the replay.
Incomplete forward pass.
You know what? That's so close. I think you got to give the benefit of the doubt that it's a forward pass.
Apparently that's what they did.
Yeah, that was so close. There's no way. If I was the ref, I would have said forward pass. If I was the official.
Give Avery some credit. Really try to get there and cover that ball quickly.
2nd and 10 RPI at the Alfred 36. Rain's picking up here. I can see it more clearly. Avery looks to throw over the middle, caught to the 5, touchdown! Engineers take the lead. Who got that? That's Gadar on the reception.
Logan Gadar runs a beautiful route right over the middle. 6 more for the Engineers. It's 23-21. Frank's getting ready to attempt the extra point.
Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is more than good. It rolls into the other field where some students are playing a game. I don't know what game that is. It might be Quidditch, I don't know. 7:02 to go here. First half, 24-21, RPI leads.
Well, if you like offense, you've enjoyed this first half, folks. Again, you're listening to 91.5 WRPI Troy.
1 p.m. Come on out, show your support. And the men's soccer team takes on Skidmore College right here at ECAS.
Now, when I gave the schedule a little bit earlier, I should have pointed out that the first Liberty League game is that Transit Trophy game, the night game on September 27th. The league, as usual, is very tough. There's not too many easy ones, if any, on the schedule.
Well, the favorite this year is Hobart.
Yes.
They are nationally ranked.
They picked Springfield for number 2, the coaches did, but they lost their first games.
Franks' kick stopped at the 5 and down at the 17. Not much of a chance there. Shaquille Muscadin on the return got to the 17. It was just a
Let me see who got
solo
it.
tackle at the 17.
I think it was.
Will start 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
I think it was Brown.
It's 1 o'clock here in the Eastern Time Zone. Time to remind you, you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium in Troy, New York. Kurt Stubb, Bob Conway on the call for you. 24-21, RPI leads here with 6:57 to go in the first half. Right on first down for Alfred, runs up the middle, and he'll get forward to the 22.
20-yard line. Tackled by number 41.
As Alfred is looking to regain the very early and easy footing they had as they scored quite easily on their first 2 drives of this game to open up a 14-3 lead. And since then it's been a dogfight and it's been tough. The next 4 possessions for Alfred, 3 have resulted in no scores, only 1 touchdown after that.
Joe Gotti was in on that tackle, by the way.
Second and 6 for RPI. Pump fake now, throwing towards the sidelines. Battle for the ball, almost taken by Buss. He had positioning on Bush, the intended receiver, but then Bush got up there and got involved with that, and the ball ends up falling incomplete.
Yeah, Buss has done that 3 times now after the first pass of the game. He was totally looking at the receiver and didn't turn his back. He's been in front of the receiver each time right now in a position to knock it down, if not intercepted.
Third and 6 for Alfred. 3 wideout formation. Throw, through the hands first. A defender almost had a chance at that one. Okay, that's the first thing. Is that Florio? Yeah, Florio almost had a chance at it. Then the intended receiver, Young, basically had to go through his hands. Yep, goes right through Young, and then it falls incomplete on 3rd down. So Alfred sends out the punt team, which has been having its issues today. McDonald out to punt for Alfred. It's his 3rd punt of the day. The first one was for -1 yards. This is a better kick. In the rain, Goddard lets it bounce, and it rolls out of bounds. Goes out between the RPI 46 and 47. They'll put it at the 47. Exactly 6 to go here in the first half. RPI leads 24-21.
A lot of series in this first half. Back and forth and back and forth. And we still got 6 minutes to go. RPI leads at 24-21.
Engineers starting their drives today at their own 42, Alfred 39, Alfred 27, their own 47, their own 39, their own 47. Now, you're not going to get much better than that. RPI needs to take advantage of this. First down, Avery fakes the pitch, and now he's caught for a loss in the backfield. That play was ugly from the start.
That's the one I'm talking about. It's run. I don't know if it's an option thing, and he takes a look at things and makes up his mind to keep it or not, but he's got 7 running backs. I can't see the primary quarterback running that much.
Second and 11, ball's back at the 46. Avery looks to throw. He's got a man, 50-yard line to the 45. Lane is stopped right near the 43, which is the first down marker, and he should have it.
And guess who stopped him? Michael Berardi again. He's probably got 5 tackles at least. Defensive back once again, 5'9", 180 from Wellsville, New York.
First and 10, RPI at the Alfred 43. Engineers up 24-21 with exactly 5 to go here in the first half. First down, Schlatt up the middle, finds a little bit of a hole. He's going to get some yards out of this. He'll get 4. Good push by the offensive line as well. And 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Now a flag comes out. Is this another chippy call?
It's late, very late.
Yes, that's why I'm thinking somebody pushed somebody else in the pile.
It was on Berryhill? Scanage.
Scanage, 72.
Personal foul.
Oh, 72 is
72 is
Berryhill.
Berryhill.
We'll move the ball back to the RPI 46-yard line.
That is a dead ball foul, so RPI gets the yards, and then they lose 15, and they don't get the down back. It was dead ball. It is now second down. So it was 1st and 10 on the 43. Now it's going to be 2nd and 21. Back at the RPI 46. Avery fakes the handoff on play action, throws the ball, incomplete. Looks like Hogan was the intended receiver, cutting across the middle around the Alfred 40, but the ball wasn't near him.
Right. Ball was not thrown that well that time.
3rd and 21.
Hogan runs very quick routes. He can stop on a dime and go the other way.
3rd and 21 for RPI at their own 46.
I'm trying. I'm finding he's under the red cover. I'm finding.
4 wide out formation. Avery keeps it short. Slats has it to the 50, to the 45. Now runs into some trouble, and he's down at the Alfred 41.
21, Berardi gains to the Alfred.
Fourth down, right?
Yeah, 4th down for RPI and 8. It's 4th and 8 at the 41. They'll send out Franks for a punt this time.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, they did.
It would be a 58-yard attempt, but
Not only that, they get the ball there, right? If he missed it?
yeah, or they'd get it at the 41.
Yes.
Back deep, number 84.
So Frank's looking to punt. This would be the first time today RPI punts, if this actually happens. Brodas is back deep for Alfred. Franks kicks one high, looking for the hang time. Alfred's going to let this bounce. Brodas wants everybody to run away from it, and it's downed by RPI at the 21.
Frank's punt is down at the Alfred.
3:35 to go in the first half. RPI leads Alfred 24-21. And a very good ball game. Very, very good ball game. I'd like to once again encourage folks on campus and off campus to come up and see this beautiful facility. 2 very good Division III football teams, and it's a nice afternoon. Well, the weather isn't, but usually it's a nice spot to be on a fall afternoon.
Alfred, first down. A fake one handoff. It's taken by Bright,
Yeah,
and
Bright,
he only gets 3 to the 24.
yeah, Bright kept at that time that
24-yard line by
I thought
94.
the fake was to McFadden.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Bright really didn't have anywhere to go as he ran to the right.
McFadden's a big guy for 5'9", 190. That's pretty big for 5'9", solid. He's fast too, very fast.
2nd and 7. Johnson fakes another handoff, turns around, throws. That's complete, out to the 45, almost at the 45. Is that Young, Isaiah Young on the catch?
I can't see the number.
Looks like a 16 to me. It is Isaiah Young on the catch.
Yes, it is.
2:40 to go here in the first half. 24-21, RPI leads. Alfred has it 1st and 10 at their own 45.
Those new numbers are different looking, aren't they?
For which side, RPI or
Yeah, RPI.
I don't like RPI's numbers at all, and I hate the fact there's no TV numbers. Johnson doesn't pitch on the option play, or he didn't think Bright was where he's supposed to be. Johnson takes it himself for 2.
Tackled by number 34.
Number 34 for the Engineers, Greg Hebert, outside linebacker.
2nd down and 7.
Greg's a sophomore, 6'4", 220 for Lewisburg, Massachusetts.
Second and 7. Alfred at the 48. Johnson with the 3-step drop. Now keeps backing up. Now a flag comes out. There should be holding against Alfred. Johnson's going to run with it. Johnson gets out to the RPI 44, which would be a first down, assuming this isn't coming back, and I'm pretty sure it's coming back.
Oh, it's got to.
Holding against Alfred is the initial call here. All the officials are looking towards the Alfred side of the field. That's a pretty clear indication it's going back.
Yeah, it was a call against number 68 for Alfred. And that is Sonny Caruso, offensive lineman, 320 pounds, 6'2", from Rome, New York.
Second down and 17.
Second and 17. Scoreboard says third down. It's second down, I'm pretty sure. Alfred's back on their own 38. 1:33 to go in the half. Johnson keeps it himself, runs straight ahead to the 40. Now the scoreboard changed it down correctly. Now it'll go to third down, as Alfred has third and 15 at their own 40.
Number 93 for the Engineers, Connor McCrum on that play.
RPI looks like they're taking a timeout. Yep.
Timeout. RPI.
Now they're looking to get on the board once more, I guess. They're trying to.
So both teams have burned a timeout in this half. 1:21 to go in the first half. RPI leading Alfred 24-21.
Anything yet from any of the other Liberty Leagues teams, Kurt?
Not a lot of teams. There's some later starts among the Liberty
Oh,
League.
yeah, this is an early start, I forgot.
I know Hobart started at noon.
276 6262.
Hobart leads Endicott 14-5 late in the second quarter.
5.
5. You don't see the 5 very often.
No.
Not in the United States. Canada, you get some 5s here and there.
Is that a touchback and a field goal?
In Canada?
Oh, no.
Yes, sir. Oh, here, safety and a field goal.
Yes. But safety and a field goal. 5.
Third and 15 for Alfred at the 40. Four wide receiver formation. Johnson drops back. Looks like he's under some pressure. Now pitches the ball off. And that's to the 50. Breaking a couple of tackles. Getting a first down is Bright. And Bright has got the first down. The shovel pass works for Alfred. He's to the 35.
Good call, but that should have been picked up.
Well, that was desperation.
Yes. I mean, he had 3 guys had a shot at him.
Bright came out of the backfield and kind of got lost in the middle of the field. And that's RPI didn't pick up on him. First down throw to the far corner, incomplete. Well defensed by Lanieri, who was actually in a better position to catch the ball.
I thought he was going to catch.
I did too, but the defender got in the way. He got an arm in there, and that prevented the catch.
Number 31. Philip Lanieri in third.
Incompletion stops the clock. 48.6 seconds left in this first half. RPI up by 3. Alfred looking to take the lead as they go into the locker room. Second and 10 on the 35 for Alfred. Johnson throws short near the 16-yard line. Tripped up, or pardon me, the 30-yard line. Tripped up at the 31 was Young, who's number 16. That's where the 16 came from. And we'll have a timeout with 39.2 seconds left.
I think 34 made that tackle. That's Hebert, Greg Hebert.
Alfred uses their second timeout of this first half to stop the clock. Again, 39.2 seconds left. Alfred has a 3rd and 6 on the 31 of RPI.
I don't know what kind of range Alfred's kicker has got. We haven't seen that yet. Let's take a look.
Let's go out on a limb and say it's less than Frank's. It's a pretty safe bet. You don't see the likes of Frank's very much in Division III. The one person I think who had as strong a leg as Frank's, remember Jeff Troy from Merchant Marine?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the only kicker I've seen at the Division III level with that kind of leg, except for Franks.
Let's see if the defense can hold them here before the half.
3rd and 6, ball on the 31 for Alfred. Johnson has trouble with the snap, keeps it up, lost the ball, ball's loose on the field, RPI picks it up. Alfred gave this one away, the Engineers have it near the 45. I didn't see who recovered it, but the clock will stop with 29.5 seconds left on the change of possession, and RPI gets the second turnover of the game. I think Pilla got the ball.
Yeah, Johnson was claiming he had it at the end, probably when they were unpiling.
Well, he went down with the ball. He hit the ground with the ball, so it's clearly RPI's ball.
If RPI makes a couple of plays here, they'd have a shot at 3.
29.5 seconds left. RPI has 2 timeouts. Avery, play action. Looking towards the sidelines, looking for Hogan, and it's intercepted. Taken away by Perkins, and Alfred has it at their own 10 with 21.9 seconds left.
Yeah, Hogan was there, but the ball was overthrown.
So that's an 8-second drive by RPI.
Now this is the kind of situation RPI has to really be careful of, because they got some real fast wideouts and backs.
Well, RPI has 2 timeouts left, and I don't think Alfred wants to run a play here. They'll move in tight and take a knee. I mean, obviously, RPI can stop the ball, stop the clock twice, but then Alfred would run it out anyway. RPI is going to not use those timeouts. Everybody stays on the field to keep honest, but time is going to run down on this first half, and they'll go into the locker room with RPI leading 24-21 over Alfred. There you go. First half is over with.
And we remind you, you're listening to Rensselaer Football on 91.5 WRPI Troy.
Back and forth first half. You know what? We can look at the first half, the changing of the momentum. Alfred got the onside kick up 14-3.
That was a big one.
And you're thinking, if they put it in now, it's 21-3, but RPI stops them, gets the ball back on a very bad punt, and then puts a score up. And right there is your Alfred could have taken control of the game, but it swung the other way, and RPI came out with a touchdown, then another one to take the lead at that point. And RPI currently has the lead at the moment.
Which shows you a lot about RPI. You know, they're down, and it's just like the team last year. This team is better than last year's, but even last year's team, which was 5-5 with about 2 minutes of practice for the season before it started, they never quit in any game last year. Any game. And I think the only game we really got out of the second half was Hobart. And the first half, there was a turnover, a key turnover right before the half. Otherwise, RPI psychologically, I think, would have been in a pretty good position to start that second half. But rest of the year, they were in every game and never quit. And they won the Dutchman shoes, and that was a big one.
So we're going to take a break here. We're going to run you down with the Liberty League highlights from last weekend, courtesy of In the Huddle. And then we'll be back for the second half. The score here after one half of play in Troy, it is RPI 21 and RPI 24, Alfred 21. And you're listening to live coverage of Engineer football on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. Back live with you once more here from the East Campus Stadium on the campus of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Troy, New York, where we are nearing the start of the second half of action between the RPI Engineers and the Alfred Saxons. Score after one half of play, it is RPI 24, Alfred 21. My name is Kurt Stud here with Bob Conway. We're bringing you all the action live today on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. We've run into some, as they call it, technical difficulties, so our feed is not what it was in the first half. We are looking at it, but at least we've got you on the air for us to some extent. Alfred getting ready to boot the ball away here with 15 minutes on the clock. RPI leading 24-21. They're going left to right across your radio dial. Engineers. Colas takes it to 10, 15, 20. Runs to the left sideline, 25, and now he'll be pushed back, and he's stopped back at the 22.
Number 1, Reggie Colas across the 25-yard line.
So RPI takes over, second half, up by 3 at their own 22-yard line. We'd like to thank the Rensselaer Union. They provide the funding for WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, and that includes WRPI's coverage of engineer football, hockey, and baseball. Also, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As long as we're sending something over the ether up the air, we'll provide it for you on that feed. Once again, that is WRPI.org. Ball is snapped. Engineers, Avery picks it up. He's going to pitch this one along the left sidelines. Forced out of bounds after a gain of about 8, maybe, is Lane.
Michael Perkins on the hit for the Saxons.
Driven out of bounds by 23, Wingate. Gains to the 33-yard line.
So the ball's at the 33 for RPI. 2nd and 2 as Lane picks up 8. Engineers 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. They'll drop a man back into the backfield. Avery fakes the handoff, looks to throw along the sidelines. Lane couldn't get a handle on it. It was almost picked off along the sidelines by Berardi, but it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Berardi's all over the field. First half, he had a heck of a first half. In fact, let me look at if he's involved in the stats. Yeah, he led the team. 5 unassisted tackles and 1 assisted for 6 total. Michael Berardi.
3rd down and 2 for RPI. Schlatt takes it straight up the middle, along the hash mark, and he's got a first down as he makes it to the 38.
Nice job by the O-line as well.
And number 37, Corey Wallace.
Number 35 and number 37, both for Alfred in on that tackle. Corey Wallace. 35 is Justin Liberta. 37, Wallace.
1st and 10, RPI at their own 38-yard line. Engineers give the Schlats again from Avery, and he's going to be stopped at the 40, only gains 2.
47, once again, in on the tackle. Zach Brinkley, and along with 41, Brendan Tierney.
Zach Brinkley, a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
Second and 8 for RPI. Avery on the option play, gives to Colas. 40, Colas, sidelines, 45, forced out after a first down at the Alfred 46.
Forced out by number 35, Justin Liberta. I didn't get the number, but somebody threw a great block on that sweep. I think it was a backfield guy. It might have been number 8 for the Engineers, Matt Lane. Big block.
1st and 10, RPI on Alfred's side of the field, up by 3 here in the second half. Just starting out the second half, Engineers will push forward for 3 on that first down carry. Schlats taking the ball for the Engineers.
92 for Alfred Keith Carrington. He is a defensive lineman, 6 foot 275 from Queens Village, New York, and he's a senior. RPI staying on the ground so far in this second half.
2nd down and 7. The give is to Who's got it this time? Amory on the carry, trying to run off the left side of the line. Stopped at the 41, and the Engineers are looking at third down.
Number 33, Davis Turner, and 96, Andy Miller on the stop for the Saxons.
41-yard line.
Three minutes gone by here in the second half. Engineers up by 3. 3rd and 5 at the Alfred 41. Avery out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. Looking downfield, has time. Now has to run with it. Goes to the left. He's got a first down to the 35, out at the 30, and it'll be a first down, Engineers.
Number 48, Zach Bacon, knocks him out. I don't like the way he was carrying that ball. One hand out like a loaf of bread, but he picked up some good yardage. Nice job by Avery.
First drive of the second half. Engineers moving the ball well. Started out at their 22. Fumble on the snap. Mishandled and covered by Colas back at the 35.
It's a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15.
So far, the second half has been very good movement, very good mix of plays. Things like that just happen periodically. What can you say about it?
That backs up RPI 5 on the miscue on first down. 2nd and 15 as the ball's on the 35. Avery looks to throw over the middle, caught. That's complete for a first down. Sliding with the catch is Colas at the 17.
Colas ran a great route. He is so fast. He did a complete circle, went around the right side tight end, kind of wide, and came over to midfield, up quite a bit up the field from where we were.
10:35 to go here. Third quarter, 24-21, RPI leads. They are driving. 1st and 10 at the Alfred 17. Avery on the option. He'll pitch to Colas. He pulls it down. 15. Colas is out at the 13.
Number 33 for Alfred, Davis Turner again on the tackle.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
10:20 to go in the third quarter. Rensselaer leads it 24-21 on their first drive of the second half.
Second and 6 at the 13. Yeah, that's right. 5 gone by. Avery alone in the backfield. Looking left. Nothing there. Starts to roll out to the right. Looks downfield. Now he's going to keep the ball, and he's stopped at the 11. Gets 2 to make it 3rd and 4.
Everybody covered well.
Tackled by 96 Miller and 35 Roberta.
Tucked it under the arm and put his head down.
3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4.
It's a big down.
Avery on the option. He'll pitch. Lane has it. Lane stays on his feet. He's got a first down. He's out at the 7. Needed to get near the 8. Well, actually, he needed to get near the 7, but I think he's got the first down.
I think so, too. Berardi, the defender over there, he's all over the field. He was the man on the knocked him out.
1st and goal, RPI at the 7. 9:15 to go here, third quarter. RPI leads 24-21 over Alfred. RPI one-man wide out on the left side. They're going to go towards the left. Does Colas have it? Colas in the end zone. Touchdown, RPI.
What a catch. And he was covered very well. Who's that? Number 23 or 33? You just can't see from that angle. Number 23, I believe. And that's Wingate, a D-back. He covered him very well, but it was a well-thrown ball, and Reggie made a great catch.
Frank's on to try the extra point. Engineers trying to make this a 10-point lead. Be their biggest lead of the game. The most they've led by is 3. Franks' kick is up and good. 8:52 to go here. Third quarter, RPI leads 31-21.
Probably RPI's best sustained drive of the game, wouldn't you say, Kurt?
Yes.
Yeah, they looked very, very, very good on that. They mixed the run and the pass. A little more running this time, I think. But I think Coach Isernia really wants to keep a balance. He wants people not to be able to key in one facet of the game, you know, and you never know what we're going to do when the passing game and the running game are both being done effectively. And on top of that, you're getting the field position kicks from Franks. That's quite a help. Speaking of Franks, he's getting ready to kick off here. Boy, Alfred really did surprise me too. That onside kick, the first half.
Franks kicks the ball away.
Oh.
And this one will be brought out to the 25 as Alfred doesn't even bother trying to touch the ball.
Did they take one out yet? They didn't, did they?
Out of the end zone? I don't believe so. The only time they've returned it is if it was short of the end zone. Everything that's gone into the end zone has become a touchback.
I think he's got as many as he did last week. I think he's got 6. 5 or 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay.
Saxons trail by 10 with 8:52 to go here. Quarter number 3.
See if the defense made some adjustments at halftime. They did after the first quarter, I can say that. Uh-oh.
Johnson keeps it himself. A lot of people bid on the fake. Johnson across the 50 to the 40. Johnson along the sidelines, 30, out near the 25. Big gain by Johnson on first down. A lot of people bid. Even I thought Casey Bright had the ball, but Johnson kept it. Bright went left. Johnson went straight, and it's a big gain to the 24. They'll say he was out of bounds at the 24.
That's the second time today he's done that. Both big gainers.
First and 10 for the Saxons, looking to put their first points on the board in a while. 8.5 to go here, third quarter. Johnson gives to McFadden, cutting the behind from the far side, and McFadden gets across the 20, makes it to almost the 19. Credit him for 5 on that play.
Brandon Cook, first guy there for the Engineers.
Gain of 5, second down and 5.
Only a gain of 4, second and 6. If you look at the markers, it's really second and 6. The scoreboard says second and 5. Johnson with McFadden coming behind. This time he doesn't hand off to McFadden, keeps it himself, puts his head down, and finds himself at the 17 before he stopped.
After a short gain by
Borkowski and Kobe Tragney stood him up. Big down here.
Still raining in Troy. It's been raining all game. It's a light rain, not a heavy rain like we saw last week up in Northfield. 3rd and 3 for the Saxons at the RPI 17. McFadden goes in motion. Takes the handoff from Johnson. Cuts upfield. He gets free to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, McFadden. Alfred closes it to 1 score.
He's been the one that all day, I think he, like Reggie with us, he's the key. He can go outside, he can go inside. They set him through as a fake and run the quarterback after him for a big gain, because everybody's keying in on him, as they should, and he's a freshman.
Bad snap. It hits the kicker, and this will be nothing for Alfred. The snap went over the holder's hands, hit the kicker, then fell to the ground. That's Mitch Myler is the holder for Alfred. Hit the ground. Saxons could do nothing with it, so the conversion fails. I think you have to call that actually a rush failure, a failure to run the ball on the conversion. So it's RPI 31, Alfred 27. It's now a 4-point lead for RPI.
Which could be a big difference.
You never know.
Well, RPI basically gave up one big play and it cost them. Johnson's run. How many yards did he go on that one, Kurt?
I don't remember.
You remember everything.
No, actually I don't. If it was a touchdown run, I would have it written down, but for the runs in the field, I don't remember. He ended up at the 24. Alfred started the drive at the 25. It's probably about somewhere around 40, 45 yards, somewhere around there. I don't remember what play and how many yards were left on the down. Somewhere between 40 and 45 yards.
I think it was the first play of the second half for them. First snap.
Then it would be closer to 50. Short kick. Colas takes it at the 15, 20, 25. Colas evades one man, evades a couple more, but then finally man number 4 grabs him and stops him at the 32. Engineers start out there.
Number 45, Holden Whitehead, and one of 2 in on the tackle for the Saxons. Let's see if RPI's offense can continue what they did on the last series, which they looked probably the best they had all day, and mixing up the offense.
First and 10 at the 32. Straight up the middle, and not much there. Maybe about 2 for Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond hadn't much room at all. Number 47 for the Saxons, Zach Brinkley, on the tackle again.
Gain of 3, second down and 7.
2 pretty good football teams. Well coached.
Second down, option play. The pitch is back. Engineers along the sidelines get close to a first down. We got a flag on the play. This could be all be coming back. The carry was by Amory. He's wobbly as he goes off on the sidelines, but the flag was thrown by the referee, and I think this is headed back towards RPI's end zone.
Wingate in on the tackle for Alfred.
Ralph Isernia is on the field talking to the officials.
Drummond, illegal block.
It's an illegal block below the waist against Drummond. That's a minus 15.
Penalty against the Engineers for an illegal block. Penalty moves the ball back to the 21-yard line.
RPI's back to their own 21. Second down and about 21 from their own 21. 5:40 to go here, third quarter. 31-27, RPI leads. Avery has trouble with the snap, covers it, and that's it. The play's dead. Avery picked it up with a knee on the ground, so it's all over with. It'll be third down.
17-yard line.
I think he got hit, and I think he was trying to look for a penalty, but he's not a quarterback at that point. He's a runner.
That's 2 of them in one each series. It snaps right off his chest.
Rain starting to pick up a little bit in Troy. It's been raining all game. Third down and 25 for RPI. Avery tries to run straight ahead, but that gets him maybe half a yard. Alfred had 4 guys rushing all around Avery, and the Engineers will be sending out the punt team.
I don't understand that call at all.
Fourth and 24 for the Engineers. Andrew Frank on the punt. Back deep.
They got so many weapons out there.
4, Bobby Rose.
Frank's out to punt. He's back at his own 4. Line of scrimmage is the 18. High snap. Franks runs to the right. Now he'll boot the ball. Fair catch signaled by Alfred and taken at the 37. Going down to one knee was Brodus. Had a little bit of trouble with that, but he holds on to the ball, and Alfred has it at their own 37. 4:16 to go here, third quarter. RPI leads 31-27.
At their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, now the offense looked just the opposite on that series as they did the one before it. Didn't look well. That was the worst series of the day so far.
They put Brodus at the 36 on that fair catch, so it's 1st and 10 for Alfred at that point. Low snap, picked up, confusion in the backfield between Bright and Johnson, and that had ugly written all over it.
I think the ball's getting very wet, maybe compared to before. I don't know.
Well, it is raining heavier right now. I mean, you can really, before I had trouble seeing the rain, now I have no problem looking out the window and seeing the rain.
There's too many guys coughing up the ball now that I don't think it's a coincidence.
That's a loss of 1 on that play. I mean, it was ugly. Alfred's kind of lucky to only lose 1. Second and 11 play. Fake the handoff, play action. Johnson looking downfield, he's got nobody open, rolls to his right, still looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck the ball away, run for it, and he's out at the 44. Field judge threw his hat, probably because of receiver running out of bounds, but it's not going to matter. It was a rushing play.
Buss and Gahagan forced them out.
9 on the play, 3rd and 2.
They gained 9 on that play, though. It's pretty good. So 3rd and 2 for Alfred at their own 44.
We seem to, on quarterback keepers, we seem to have one side of the field with hardly anybody rushing when that happens.
3rd down play, trouble with the snap again. McFadden takes it, tries to turn the corner to the left, and he stopped at the 40.
Not this time.
He never had an opportunity to turn upfield and actually loses 4 yards.
Is that Borkowski? Let's see. Number 4.
Watching the replay,
Yes.
you can see McFadden ran across the 40-yard line all the way across the field and never had a chance to turn right, which would be upfield for him.
Now, Barkowski's a D-back. That's how quick he is. This guy is not slow. McFadden. He got there before he made the turn.
McDonald boots the ball away. Bounces. RPI. Oh! Goddard grabs it while it was bouncing around. He'll hold on to it, and he stopped at the 25. That was not a wise decision.
No.
Not in the rain, not with the ball bouncing like that, but he gets away with it.
Wow.
2:16 to go, third quarter. RPI leads 31-27 over Alfred, and you are listening to WRPI Troy with Engineer Football from the East Campus Stadium. Kurt Bob Conway on the call for you. Our understanding is that our feed is back to normal right now. Hopefully that will last for the rest of the game.
See if the offense can get back in the groove as they did on that first series.
1st and 10 Engineers at their own 25. Schlatt's on the carry. Gets 4 to the 29.
Boy, Schlatt's is a workhorse this year. Nothing fancy, just right up the middle every time. Number 47 once again, Zach Brinkley, one of the two guys there. He's picking up about four a clip, you know.
Quick moving third quarter so far.
It is.
On 2nd down, the pitch goes to Lane. Lane runs left, turns the corner, gets to the 35, and that's a 1st down RPI.
Nice play call and execution. Very good job by the offensive line. He was finally brought down by number 23, Shaheem Wingate.
First and 10, RPI at their own 35. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Engineers up by 4. Avery, play action. Doesn't see anything downfield. Starts to run. He'll get caught from behind, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Pushed backwards, but his forward progress got him back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, there's been so many plays like that. I understand that the coverage is pretty good. You think they'd maybe drop somebody out of the backfield out in the flank, be wide open or something. He's got nobody to go to when they're covered downfield. There's usually a little flat pass you can hit, but nobody on either side in the flat.
Liberta stopped Avery after a gain of 1. Ball at the 36. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Avery, collision in the RPI backfield. Colas and Lane hit each other at the 30 right as Avery turned to pitch it to one of them. And Avery then has to keep it, and RPI loses 3 back to the 33.
Boy.
I mean, they ran right into each other.
Yeah, I think the conditions are starting to get.
RPI does not have to snap the ball. They're just standing around as the quarter is about to expire.
Yeah, coach probably wants to talk to them a little.
That does it for the third quarter here in Troy. 31-27, RPI leads.
And as I said earlier, next week, RPI travels to Castleton State. It's about an hour and a half from here. 12 p.m. start. That's on September 20th. And the week after WPI, the first Liberty League game and the Transit Trophy game on October 4th at 7 p.m. at night. I guess it's 7 p.m. It is night.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, yes, you were.
I was thinking that exact same thing, but I was not going to say it. It's a rainy day in Troy. It's in the maybe low 60s, somewhere around there.
Does things seem slow to you right now? Not the clock, just on the field and the crowd and.
Well, the crowd.
It's just.
I mean, it's a rainy day. A lot of people. It's rainy out. You don't show up for a football game.
It's like quiet, you know.
The atmosphere isn't really what you're looking for the first game of the season. I'll get to that in a moment. Fourth quarter, RPI left to right. Alfred right to left across your radio dial. Avery back to throw on about 3rd and 12. Downfield, the defender nicely defended. Nice work on defense there by Perkins.
Number 10, Michael Perkins, did a great job.
He knocked that ball away. It goes incomplete. He never let I don't know for certain. Was that Hogan? Was it Hogan or?
Let's see the rerun. He'll get up over here. Nope.
Hogan or Goddard. One of the two was the intended receiver. I'm not sure which one.
I think it was Hogan.
But Perkins was in his right position perfectly the whole time, and then that's knocked the ball away.
RPI now. Time of possession, 24:05 to 20:55.
RPI getting ready to punt on 4th and 12 as we are early in the fourth quarter. Engineers up by 4. Franks' kick is good.
Oh, look at this.
They'll let this one bounce, and it goes out of bounds inside the 10.
He's unbelievable.
Brodus, the return man, he was near the side, and probably his best bet at that point was to grab it, and if you can't grab it, push it out of bounds.
Yeah, because this could be real wet.
That's probably, I think, what he should have done. He should have reached out with his hands to grab it, and as he's doing it, pushed the ball out of bounds, and nobody gets it. And instead it goes back probably another 15 yards. So Alfred takes the ball at their own 7, trailing by 4 with 14:43 to go in the game. Worst starting position for Alfred today. Johnson fakes a handoff to Bright, keeps it himself, cuts through the line. He's got a first down, and he's finally pushed down at the 20, and the ball goes flying after that, but he's already down.
Alfred seems to get a big gainer on many of the first downs. Did you notice that? First down.
I was going to mention about the weather. RPI in the last 2 years has been very fortunate. Their home openers usually occurred. It's sunny and in the 70s.
Exactly.
And today's the first time in a while I can remember the home opener is in what most people consider a very dismal day.
Yes. That's a shame.
1st and 10, ball on the 20 for Alfred as they trail by 4. Johnson fakes the handoff. Defense not fooled at all, and they'll stop him around the 18. Loss of 2.
There was 4 or 5 engineers there. He had nowhere to go. Well, I guess they given Pilla
gets
first guy there. But there was about 4 of them.
Second and 12.
2nd and 12 as the ball's on the 18.
You got to watch those speedsters now. No,
Johnson had 2
here they
wideouts
come.
on his left. Johnson looks to throw, puts the ball up,
Oh,
gets
here
a
it is.
man behind everybody that is caught. Bush takes it to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Alfred takes the lead.
What'd I say? It's exactly what they did. They had their wideouts, the speedsters, and they just beat the man. Same thing they did in the first half. I mean, he just outran the defenders big time.
Monk on to try the extra point as Alfred is now in front. First time they've been in front since about 7 to go in the first half. Monk's kick, you know what? Not pretty again, but it counts.
13-15 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's still Alfred 34.
Alfred leads 34-31 over RPI with 13:15 to go in the fourth.
Now you got to have 6 to win. Alfred has really taken advantage of the big play today, and most of their big plays were 2 or 3 big plays with guys beating their people and just outrunning the defender, and the pass is right on the mark. But the Engineer defense had done a pretty good job in between those big plays, shutting things down and getting to the quarterback, but that was critical for them. They're in the fourth quarter now, and they were deep in their own territory, and they go the whole length of the field. So RPI now has to get back and get on the board again.
Another short kick taken at the 30-yard line by an Engineer up man, 35-37 on the kick on the return. The kickoff's by Monk. It's not doing Alfred any favors.
Tackled by number 15, A.J. Licata.
Only out-of-town score I have right now, Hobart leads Endicott in the third quarter 21-5.
Kyle McGovern's went around that one back.
First and 10 at their own
McGovern is a senior D-back from Severna Park, Maryland. Very important series right here. The last 2 series have not been good for the Engineers offensively. A lot of mistakes.
Avery on first down, gives to Drummond, 5 yards with the straight-ahead run. Wait, I'm not liking the gray on the shoulders either. Of RPI's uniform.
I don't either.
Aiken on the tackle. Gain of 5, second down.
Second down and 5, RPI at the 42. RPI trailing by 3 in the fourth quarter.
Zach Bacon made that tackle once again. He's been doing a good job today as well.
Avery gives to Drummond, and he stopped. Maybe he got half a yard. Maybe. It'll be 3rd and a little under 5 for RPI at their own 42. Close to the 43.
I wonder if Schlatt's is hurt.
Can we find him on the sidelines? He's right there near the 40-yard line. Looks like he's okay. Okay, I'm not imagining things. Engineers, 3rd down and 4. Avery sees nothing to the left, to the right, almost picked off, knocked away by the D. The birder got a hand on that one. It goes out of bounds, and it's 4th down RPI. I'm not imagining things. Some people from RPI have helmets with their numbers on it, and others have helmets with RPI on it.
Huh.
I noticed this in warm-ups last week at Norwich, but then during the game, I believe everybody had RPI in their helmets.
Well, you said today, then you said no. That must be wrong. But now you get a better look.
Well, I've been looking at the sidelines instead of just who's on the field. I think the people who are mostly playing. Fake punt by RPI, taken by Schlatt. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. RPI turns the ball over on their own side of the field.
Oh boy, that's a big chance. But if it worked, it'd have been great, just like their onside kick. But defense has really got to come to play on this series.
11:58 to go in the game. RPI trailing 3 by 3, 34-31. Alfred's got the lead, and they now have it at RPI's 42-yard line as RPI turned it over on downs on the fake punt. Johnson looked like he was going to throw, now keeps it straight ahead, and he gets 3. And I've got to be thinking right now that Alfred wants to run that ball quite a bit.
Brandon Cook, number 27 for the Engineers on the tackle.
So that's the question now. Is anybody going out on the field and playing for RPI with RPI on their helmet as opposed to their number? Second and 7, ball at the 39. Alfred running the clock down, the play clock down as far as they can. Johnson hands off. Looks like Bright's got it. Bright got ahead to the 36 and then got pushed back. So he'll get a couple of yards on his forward progress. And Alfred has a 3rd and maybe 4. As the rain continues to come down, you can see the concrete behind the field now. You can see where there's puddles forming. There's a lot of rain out there. There's a lot of water.
Tragny Pilla among the tacklers for RPI in that play. Another big down here. This is a critical 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Johnson out of the shotgun. In the flat, caught by Bright. Bright is ahead, but he doesn't get the 1st down. Bright is stopped about a yard short of the 1st down, and if I'm Alfred, I think you have to go for it here. They don't have a kicker who can kick that distance, and a punt doesn't get them much. Alfred's going to keep the offense out there on what is essentially a 4th and 1 play. 10 to go here in the 4th quarter. 34-31, Alfred leads. Johnson out of the shotgun. McFadden goes in motion, fakes the handoff to him. Johnson straight ahead. I don't think he got it. I think he's short by half a yard. He's at the 33, and they got to get near the 32, and that's going to be RPI's ball as Alfred turns it over on downs.
Great job by the defense. That was a huge stop for the RPI defense. If RPI is able to come back, and they're only down 3, that play will be the critical play in the whole game.
1st and 10, RPI at the 33. .946 to go. Engineers down by 3. Play action. Avery has to run the ball, loses the ball, turns it over. Alfred's got it at the 41. Just slipped right out of his hands, and the Saxons recover. Corey Wallace gets it, a gift thrown right at him. All he had to do was grab and fall, and he's got Alfred the ball back. That is the second time RPI's turned the ball over. They turned it over on an interception back in the second quarter. That was late in the second quarter when they threw it along the sidelines trying to get downfield quickly. RPI's defense just had a big stop. They need another big stop as the Saxons have it 1st and 10 at the Engineer 41.
Avery's had multiple fumbles, though.
And they have trouble with the snap. Johnson goes back, takes it. He falls down at his own 46.
Well, it's like I said before. It must be pretty wet out there because everybody seems to be, especially anybody getting the ball from the snapper or the quarterback, anybody trying to catch the ball is having difficulty right now. Except, of course, the guy who went all those yards for the last touchdown. He had no trouble catching it. 9:08 to go in the fourth quarter.
Alfred, 2nd and 23, back at their own 46. And Alfred's going to call a timeout.
Alfred.
That's the first time out of the half taken by anybody, taken by Alfred.
RPI would like to thank
So again,
the
34-31,
TV
Alfred has the lead,
hosts,
8:56 to go in the fourth quarter.
The Hilton Garden Inn, Rensselaer Honda, Domino's, Rensselaer Alumni Association, Sodexo, the Recovery Sports Group.
Hobart
Seth
leading
Army,
Endicott 21-5 in the fourth now. I would have expected Hobart to have a bigger lead on Endicott.
Tri-C
Yeah.
Reynolds, Saratoga Eagle, and Ryan's Wake.
Defense
All
huddled
proud
around it.
sponsors
I
of
think
RPI
that's Coach
football.
Maloney, coordinator.
The other Liberty League teams in action,
It is.
Merchant Marines at Coast Guard. They started at 2:30. Nope, they will start at 2:30. 2:30 hasn't gotten here yet. Norwich is at St. Lawrence. That was a 1 o'clock start. Rochester's at Alfred State. They don't start until 4. And then Utica is over in Schenectady against Union. They started at 1. Don't have a score on anything but the Hobart game.
Lockjaw for another trick play here.
2nd and 23. Johnson out of the shotgun, looking downfield, and it's over the head and just off the hands of Bush.
See, they run guys at Bush ahead over them. All the big, tall wideouts they run at Bush.
Broken up by number
But he's
25.
knocked down the last 3 or 4.
3rd and 23.
3rd and 23 for the Saxons.
Bush has really made some good adjustments since that one in the first half, and that wasn't a score. It was just not turning back and not having his back where he should have been at that point.
Johnson has 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bright is in the backfield. Johnson's got some protection. That's collapsing. Dishes it off to Bright. Bright turns, but he was in the middle of 3 defenders as he made that turn, and he stopped at the 49. And it'll be 4th down for the Saxons, and obviously the punt unit's coming in.
Dragney and number 34.
Engineers need a decent return on this, and then you get back to the steady football and hold on to that ball. I know that's easier said than done. Sekadar back by himself.
Yeah, McDonald is at his own 35 to punt this. Gets the ball, boots it, bad kick off the side of his foot, rolls out of bounds at the 47. That's a net 2 on the punt.
That's the second time. Did RPI tip it the first time?
I thought RPI tipped it the first time, but I'm not sure. But now looking at that, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Ball is out of bounds at the RPI 47.
Well, RPI has certainly got
1st and 10.
where they want to be right now, other than the scoreboard. You got good field positions, 8:08 to go. If they run a steady drive and get the score, it'll be, the time will be taken off the clock quite a bit.
Engineers on 1st down. Schlax takes it, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's got a 1st down to the 41. One of the Alfred players lost his helmet.
He's got to come out.
Yep, he has to come out. That is Corey Wallace, who immediately signaled to the sideline that somebody has to replace him. The rule in college football, if your helmet comes off from other than a violation by the other team, you must exit for the next play. So he had to go off the field. 1st and 10 Engineers at the Alfred 41, down by 3 here in the fourth quarter. It's a keeper by Avery. Avery caught from behind at the 35. Yeah, they'll say he's down to 35. He got 6.
Tackled by 35, Liberta.
Number 35, Liberta, once again, in on the tackle.
Gain of 7.
We are halfway through the fourth quarter here in Troy. Alfred 34, RPI 31. Engineers 2nd and 3 at the Alfred 34. Avery has Schlatt's behind him, laying in the slot. Give us to Schlatt's. He pushes straight ahead. I don't think he's got the first down. He needs to get to the 34, or pardon me, the 31, and he's in between the 31 and the 32. He's about a yard short.
Schlatt's has been the key on this drive so far.
3rd and 1.
Engineers
At the Alfred 32-yard line.
on the move. Got to hang on to that ball.
Third and 1. Avery keeps it himself. He's got a first down. Weaves his way through. Gets a couple more. He stops at the 27.
I got to give Avery credit. He's had some miscues today, and I don't even know how many were his. But you know, the wet ball and all. But he's back out there, and he looks very confident. And not hanging his head or anything. He's doing what a leader needs to do out there.
1st and 10. Schlatt's takes it from Avery, breaks a couple of tackles, and fights his way to the 22. I think he got 5 on that play.
Schlatt's is probably the most untalked about star on this team. You know, he's just a grinder. And he just gets it done.
2nd down. Schlatt's once more on the carry, and he got about 4 that time, as he typically runs straight up the middle. Does so that time and picks up close to 4 to make it a 3rd and 1.
And they never tackled him. 4 guys trying to get him down.
And his forward progress had been halted, so that's why the play stopped. 5.5 to go here, fourth quarter. Engineers trail by 3. Alfred with the 34-31 lead.
Oh, that's 3rd down.
Yes, it is now 3rd and about 1. Did I say 4th?
No.
Okay.
No.
I sometimes do that. Avery fakes the handoff to Schlatt's, keeps it himself. He's got the first down, weaves his way through the line, and he stopped near the 14, near the 13.
Nice call. Nice fake. Avery did a real good job on that.
1st and 10 RPI at the Alfred 13-yard line.
They are at the Alfred 13 for a 1st and 10. 5 exactly to go here, fourth quarter. Alfred up 34-31. Rain still falling. It's been raining all game. RPI puts 2 wideouts on the right side, men in the slot on each side, and Schlatt's is in the backfield. 10 seconds left on the play clock. RPI still moving the line around. Now they've set. Avery on the option, keeps it himself, hits the line, and I think the push got him a yard, and that's about it.
11-yard line.
Stopped after a gain of 1.
4:27 to go. Alfred 34, RPI 31. RPI knocking at the door, but not there yet.
2nd down and 8.
And we want to remind you, you're listening to RPI Football on 91.5 WRPI Troy.
Second down and 9 for the Engineers. Avery, shotgun, looking in the corner. He's got a man. Does he? No. Flag on the play. There'll be either defensive holding or interference. I got to think this is holding against Alfred on 2nd down. It'll be half the distance to the goal and an automatic 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for RPI out of this. That was Chavez on the coverage?
Yes.
Or Slasky?
Wait a minute.
No, Chavez on the coverage for Alfred. He's the one who's going to get
Yes.
called. Pass interference against Chavez
Yes.
for Alfred. No, ball on the 2-yard line. I forgot the rule in college. Ball goes to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal RPI.
Alfred will place the ball at the 2-yard line.
3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Alfred leads 34-31. The one thing we do have now, we didn't have before the game started, is something of some wind.
Yes.
When the game started and they did the national anthem, the flag was just draped along the flagpole. Now it's actually moving, and it's in RPI's favor in the fourth quarter. First and goal, and Avery keeps it himself, but he gets tripped up around the 1. Doesn't make it in.
Tackled by number 35, Roberto.
It'll be second and goal at the 1 for RPI. 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Engineers trailing by 3. Everybody bunches in tight. Avery keeps the ball, and where is he? Line judge, head linesman come in. No, he didn't make it in. Did not make it in. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
This is probably a dead ball foul as one of the Alfred players came flying out of the pile.
Is that Avery?
Avery's coming off the field
With his helmet off.
with his helmet off, and Tommy Morgan is going in for RPI. But what's the call? There's a flag.
Personal foul on the offense.
Oh, geez. It's a dead ball foul, personal foul against RPI.
What was it?
Well, somebody for Alfred came flying out of the pile. You didn't see that?
Yes, but
I don't know what happened, but the flags came out right after that.
oh,
Right when that happened, the flag came out. So whatever it is, it backs RPI up to the 16, and RPI is taking a timeout.
now you got a quarterback in there who's had no snaps at all.
RPI is taking their first time out of the half.
So RPI takes their first timeout. 3:22 to go here, fourth quarter. 34-31, Alfred leads.
Well, I just hope that's not somebody just losing their cool. But on the other hand, if they saw somebody rip the quarterback's helmet off, they might have gotten upset about it or something.
I don't know if he lost his helmet in the play.
It sure looked like it. Why was he come out?
Well, I don't know if he did that or he hurt himself and took the helmet off. I don't know which happened.
Oh,
I'm uncertain as to what happened. Or if he did lose the helmet and nobody ripped it off, then he has to sit out of play. See, he's going back in now. I think that's what happened. I think he lost his helmet. He had to come out. Unless you take a timeout, then you can keep the quarterback in there.
you don't have to.
If you take a timeout, you don't have to sit the play.
Oh, you don't. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the rule. So if he did lose his helmet, the timeout lets him go back into the game, or else Morgan was going to take the snap. It's third and goal from the 16 for RPI after the personal foul. Avery drops back to throw, looking end zone, triple coverage, no, incomplete. Incomplete.
Now what?
Threw into triple coverage.
For Colas.
Colas was the intended receiver. He had it in his hands. I don't know if he got a foot down, but
Here you'll see.
But when he hit the ground, he lost the ball. You have to maintain possession when you hit the ground, and he didn't do that.
Andrew Franks going to attempt the field goal.
Oh boy.
So Franks is going to try a field goal, a 33-yard attempt. No wind at the moment from the left hash in the rain. Snap, spots down, kick is no good! Missed it to the left. 3:12 to go. Alfred gets the ball, they lead by 3.
At their own 16-yard line.
Well, that young man has saved our butts many, many times in the last 4 years. So get your head up, son. Get your head up. This isn't over yet.
By rule, the ball comes out to the 20 for Alfred. RPI scoreboard's wrong. RPI took a timeout, at least one. So they only have 2 timeouts left at most. First down, Johnson keeps it himself. Fakes the handoff to Bright. He runs straight ahead. Gets about 6.
They do it every first down.
3 minutes to go.
Tackled by Florio.
Again, if you're in the stadium watching this, the scoreboard is at least wrong on the timeouts for RPI. There should be 2. Second and 5. Alfred burning as much of the clock as they can. They're down to about 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Johnson fakes the handoff, straight ahead. Johnson's got a first down, breaks to the line. Johnson to the 45, to the 50, cut from behind. And he's going to be stopped at the 44 of RPI, but a big gain as finally Bus gets a hand on him. But Alfred's got 4 more downs, a new set of downs here with 2:15 to go.
They've done that 4 times today now. 4 times. And nobody touches him. Right up the middle. Defense gotta come together now.
Under 2 to go. Engineers trail by 3. Alfred 1st and 10 at the RPI 44. Play clock down to 3. Johnson fakes the handoff. He's got a hold. Johnson to the 40, to the 35. Johnson stays on his feet. Johnson goes down at the 26. Another first down.
They're just getting beat in the trenches right now.
Well, if Alfred scores, it's going to be it. Alfred with another set of downs. RPI can only stop the clock twice. First and 10, 2 men in the backfield with Johnson. Single wideouts on each side, 1:15 to go here, 4th quarter. Engineers trail by 3. They have got to stop Alfred. They've got to get this ball back. Johnson keeps it himself. He gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and now RPI burns a timeout.
Yeah.
By number 44, Alexander Greenwich.
That is the second timeout for RPI. They have 1 left.
That's Alexander Greenwich. He's a freshman. I'm sophomore, I mean. Now, he hasn't been in there all day. That was a big play he just made.
1:02 to go. So Alfred runs another play. Let's assume they keep the ball on the ground. RPI stops it. Maybe 5-6 seconds go off the clock. That puts you down to maybe 56 seconds left. 3rd down. Alfred runs a play. 40-second clock comes into play because Alfred's going to run a play. Let's say 50 seconds left. You got a 40-second play clock. RPI, as long as Alfred doesn't fumble this ball, their best chance they got of getting this thing back is with maybe 8 or 7 seconds left. It is not looking good for RPI right now.
And they were on the 2-yard line.
1.
Oh, the what? The 1
the
yard.
1. They moved them back 15
that's right.
to the 16.
That's right. It was. We were on the 2, and Avery picked up 1.
Yes.
Then on the next play is where the problem was.
The next play was the personal foul, which backed up RPI 15 yards. After that came the field goal attempt, which missed to the left. 1:02 to go. 2nd and 11 for Alfred. Engineers, 1 timeout left. They haven't updated the scoreboard again. Johnson keeps it himself, runs straight ahead, stopped at the 24. Here we go, timeout with 57.2 seconds left. RPI is out of timeouts. So they cannot stop the clock anymore. Now the scoreboard is down to 1 timeout. That's still not correct. It's 0. The scoreboard is still wrong. There are no timeouts left for RPI. 57.2 seconds left. Coming up is 3rd down and 8 for Alfred. We're going to go with a very safe assumption. Alfred keeps this on the ground. A couple of seconds go off the clock. 40 seconds left. Not a lot of time for RPI, even if Alfred turns it over on downs. And in fact, what you do is you snap it back to your punter and have him run around for a few seconds and then fall to the ground. I mean, that's what you do on 4th down.
You better make sure that punter don't run around and drop the ball when he gets hit.
Well, that's why you fall first.
Right.
Whatever happens, you tell him, if you're about to get hit, fall to the ground. Alfred comes out, 3rd and 8. Johnson out of the shotgun. McFadden in motion. And flag on the play.
Right there.
False start against against Alfred.
False start on the offense, number 68. The 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So there'll still be third down against Alfred as they back it up 5 yards.
What about the guy on the offensive line shoving the RPI guy? Gee.
Please reset the game clock to 57 seconds.
So they'll put some more time on the clock. It was after, I think, 57.3, but they'll go to 57 because technically there was no play.
Back to the 29-yard line.
57 seconds left. 3rd and 13 for Alfred. Johnson now the shotgun. Again, McFadden in motion. Fakes the handoff to McFadden. Johnson keeps it. He will be stopped at the 29. The 40-second clock has already started. There is about a 13-second discrepancy between the clocks. Yep, about 13 seconds. So Alfred is probably going to go over to the sidelines, wait till the play clock gets down to 1, then call a timeout, and then decide what they are going to do. RPI low on time in today's game. We're hitting 20 seconds left. RPI trailing by 3, 34-31 to Alfred.
Slower than it. Oh,
And now they call the timeout. 13.2 seconds left. And that's about right. It was a 13-second discrepancy.
Alfred is taking this second time out of the half.
That's Alfred's second timeout. So there's 13.2 seconds left. What are Alfred's options? They could run a play and burn some more time off the clock. Of course, you risk fumbling it and turning it over. They could punt it, which hasn't actually gone well for them today. This is not a good kicking team, and really, if you're punting in this position, what you want to do is send it high and into the end zone. You want to snap it back, get as much hang time as possible, and have it land outside the end zone so that you burn the time off the clock and RPI doesn't get a return. They get the ball at the 20. We'll have to see if they send a punter out there because, again, one punt went -1 yards and another punt today went 2 yards. So the punting game is not a strong suit for the Saxons.
that personal foul call just killed them.
That was against RPI in their last drive.
On the 1.
Johnson will be out there with the offense. 4th down for the Saxons. Johnson keeps it himself. Can't find a hole. He is stopped at the 28. 10 seconds to go. Alfred turns the ball over on downs. Engineers have it at the 28.
Wow. 10 seconds to go. Alfred leads at 34-31 after the Engineers got a personal foul called on the 1 yard line as they were about to score and win the game probably.
Now on that play, we're talking about the personal foul. Avery had been stopped short of the goal line, so RPI was looking at a 3rd down play, 3rd and goal from there, but he had been stopped, and then the personal foul backed him up 15. Engineers, no timeouts left. Ball to 29, they're going to say. Avery looks to throw. If it's in the middle of the field, RPI's got to get up to the line. Incomplete, looking for, who is it? Hogan near the 50 with 5.9 seconds left. This is it. You got to go downfield on this one. It's either downfield or something real quick to the sidelines because RPI can't stop the clock. It's got to be end zone. 5.9 seconds left, 34-31. Alfred leads here in Troy in the rain. Looks like we're going to end today's game with it raining all the way through. 5 wideouts for RPI. Avery takes the snap. Looking downfield, waiting. 1 second left to go in the game. In the middle of the field, Alfred caught by RPI, but won't be enough for a touchdown. Alfred didn't knock the ball down. It went to, I think, Gadar caught it, but then he got tackled by Perkins, and the game is over. RPI got it to the 20, but they needed to get it into the end zone, and RPI loses 34-31.
What a tough game. It was a good ball game. There's no question. But RPI beat themselves on whatever that call was. They were on the 1 yard line. Even if it was 3rd down, they were still on the 1 yard line.
RPI in action next Saturday.
So the Engineers couldn't duplicate their performance last year at Alfred, which was a very tight game as well. That one was back and forth all the way in Alfred, and in that game, RPI ended up on the winning side. And I think at the end of last year's game, you and I talked about how that game could have gone either way.
Well,
this game could have gone either way.
Ironically, I think it was a late field goal by Franks.
Yes, it was. It was a late field goal by Franks last year that got RPI the win. But today it was RPI was looking for the tie. Franks was looking to kick and get a tie, and he wasn't able to make it. It was off to the left on the field goal attempt by Franks, and that ultimately didn't allow, RPI didn't tie it up at that point. And then Alfred got the ball back, burned a little over 3 minutes off the clock, turned it over in RPI territory, and then on the return, RPI only had 10 seconds left, 2 plays, and they weren't able to get it down into the end zone. And RPI ends up taking a 34-31 loss here in Troy.
Well, they played their hearts out, so did the other team, and just one of those things that happens. I'm going to take a look at the stats right now before I pick my stars.
Teams are making their way off the field. A very quick second half, actually. After a slow first half, the second half went much faster with the rain. Teams were keeping the ball on the ground a little bit more than they were in the first half. Also less scoring in the second half, as I'll run you down the scoring. The first quarter saw 5 scores. The rest of the game saw 5 scores. So the first quarter was where most of the action was. Bush for Alfred got a 17-yard pass from Johnson with 11:17 to go in the first quarter to take a 7-0 lead for the Saxons. RPI got a field goal by Franks, 39-yarder with 9:28 to go in the first quarter to make it 7-3. Alfred then opened up an 11-point lead. Brodas with a 71-yard pass from Etienne. That was the halfback option play with 8:37 to go in the first quarter. Monk with the kick on both of the first Alfred field touchdowns, to make it 14-3. RPI then took a lead with 2 touchdowns. With 7:06 to go in the first quarter, it was Colas, a 36-yard pass from Avery. Franks' kick closed RPI to within 4. And then RPI took a 17-14 lead with 3:42 to go in the first. Gadar with an 8-yard pass from Avery to make it 17-14. That was the score at the end of the first quarter, RPI in the lead. Alfred retook the lead. McFadden with a 3-yard run with 14:24 to go in the second. Trevor Monk's kick made it 21-17 Alfred. But then RPI closed out the scoring in the first half. 7:02 left to go. Gadar, a 26-yard pass from Avery. Franks' kick made it 24-21. That was the score at halftime. RPI in the lead. In the third, RPI opened up their biggest lead of the game, a 10-point lead, as Colas got a 7-yard pass from Avery. Franks' kick with 8:52 to go in the third made it 31-21 RPI, but that would be the last of the RPI scoring. Alfred would score with 6:44 to go in the third. McFadden with a 17-yard run. The conversion attempt was, it was intended to be a kick, but it ended up being a rush that failed, and it was 31-27 in favor of RPI at that point. And then the final score of the game with 13:15 to go in the fourth. Bush scoring an 82-yard pass from Tyler Johnson. Monk's kick made it 34-31 in Alfred's favor. And that's the way it would end today. Alfred improves to 2-0 on the season after their win against Husson last week and now the win against RPI today. RPI falls to 1-1 on the season as they defeated Norwich last week but lose to Alfred today. Alfred will be heading out to Buffalo next weekend. They'll play Buffalo State at noon next weekend, and RPI is on the road next weekend. They are up at Castleton for a noon start against Castleton State. So your second of 2 in Vermont this year for the RPI Engineers. Over to Bob for his Engineers of the game.
My Engineers of the game will be on offense. Actually,